Couple scrambles for safety after pit bulls swarm around them. Guys, welcome to the channel of Modern Survivalists, and survival and preparedness is what we do here. You have the channel with a ton of information. You have my books, Street Survival Skills and Surviving the Economic Collapse. In Surviving the Economic Collapse, I explain how this actually becomes fairly common because people just don't have the money for it. They cannot afford to feed these animals, and what most people do is they just let them loose. They just let them on the street roam and just fend for themselves, and animals go back to their instincts of forming packs. Now in this case, I believe it's one of these crazy neighbors that has a pile of pit bulls and just lets them loose. But let's listen to what they have to say and then comment.
Now some terrifying video of a couple swarmed by a pack of pit bulls in their own backyard. This was not an isolated case. A mother was also surrounded by the same pack of dogs while she was picking up her children at daycare. As Les Trent reports, there have been 4 police reports filed against the dogs' owners in just the last few months.
How is it
Sheer
possible?
terror
Look at
as
how
a pack of pit bulls attack a couple on their patio. Sarah Cook and Ryan Lesher scramble for safety as a dozen vicious dogs swarm around them, snarling and biting as they flee indoors.
Now they're not fully attacking. I mean, they seem to be wild. Like these animals have no control, and they all seem to be like from the same litter.
The pack runs off, searching for more victims.
I was sure that we were going to die. We were pretty much pinned against the wall. One jumped up and bit me right in my abdomen immediately.
I wasn't sure if I was going to survive that, but we did. We're here.
Sarah and Ryan had planned to hold their wedding on the patio. Now they say they're too scared.
We just bought this house and it should be such a happy time for us, and now we're afraid to be in our backyard.
Incredibly, just 10 days later, the same pack of pit bulls attacked a mom of 3 as she picked up her kids at daycare in Indianapolis. Look at them circling the car.
There's no animal control in this place. What is this, the Wild West? You don't have anyone to call. Hey, there's a pile. There's a wild.
Round and round. The traumatized toddlers are safely inside the vehicle, but their mom is bitten on the feet and ankles as she screams for her life. She says the dogs reminded her of the hyenas in the Lion King movie.
Yeah, well, that's what they are, you know, when
and
they go wild.
What was probably lasted 30 seconds felt like 10 to 15 minutes of pure torture.
It's National Pit Bull Awareness Month, a time when pit bull owners try to improve the negative image of the controversial breed.
Yeah.
This year, the effort has been marred by pit bull attacks that have left 3 children dead and 2 seriously injured. The owner of this pack in Indianapolis does not seem to have gotten the memo. After the latest attacks, the dogs were finally removed by animal control.
Yeah, and put down because you cannot have these wild beasts there. And but the poor, well, you know what, poor people. It's the people that end up paying for this. It's not the, you know, it's dogs. It's not the same. It's not on the same scale as children, right? If a dozen dogs have to go, well, so be it. If it's not worth the life of a child. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you now. Just keep in mind that this is the reason why we do what we do. In a case like this, what could you do? What options do you have? You have your carry permit, you have your carry weapon, that's fine, fantastic. That's probably going to be super useful. Even pepper spray tends to be quite useful for dogs. They're very sensitive when it comes to their nose and such, so pepper spray in general can be quite effective. I know that to be true. And yeah, if you don't have anything else, something like a blade, better than nothing. But man, if you have a bunch of them coming after you, that's going to be a very complicated position to be in. You don't want to be in, you know, avoiding some of the communities that are a little bit more ghetto-like probably is a good idea if you can afford it. But, you know, these things can happen in anywhere. Usually, if there is any kind of animal control, they will take care of something this serious, or at least they very much should. But who knows? You have to prepare yourself. Guys, see you on our next video. Take care.